So in this lesson we are going to look at Scottish politics. In particular we're going to look at why politics is so important, where you can get information about politics, and how you can kind of get involved in politics. So first question then, why is politics so important? The first one is, I'm going to just move it. It impacts our daily lives. Politics dictates everything that we can do, from laws to how much we get paid at work, to how long we get for breaks at work, to everything that we do. Politics has an impact on our daily lives. The next one is politics influences change. If you're unhappy about something, you can then go to your local politician to ask about getting it changed if it's in your local area. If it's a bigger issue, you can vote in the party who is going to do the things that you want to happen. And the last thing is it helps people. And we can't really see it. It says politics can help people. So, for instance, it could influence change on healthcare, racism, inequalities, and it can be used to build up and help people who may be facing any of these social issues. So, where do we get information from our politics? This changes all the time, but we can get loads of information from social media. We just need to be aware of what is factual information, what's people's opinion, and what is kind of, as Donald Trump would call it, fake news. We can get information about politics from the TV and our news channels, BBC News, Sky News, STV News, whatever it is. And we can also get information from the internet and websites. And it's important that if you are interested in politics, even if you're not interested in politics, keep up to date on what's happening and how it can impact you so you don't get caught out. So what information do we get from the media? We get election news, who is what each party is going to do, where they are in the lead. We get party policies, so exactly what is it that the party is going to do for the country. For instance, extend the school week to 6 days instead of 5. Voting, we get information on how to vote, when to vote, and possibly why you should vote. We get televised debates, and all the information on debates, and on some internet sites and so on, we will get kind of breakdowns of the debates as they happen, and we get the politicians' views on certain news stories. So if you think about on something like Good Morning Britain, they interview a lot of politicians and ask them what they think of certain things that have happened in the world. Right? So it's really important that we are aware of where we can get political information, what information we're most likely to get, to make sure that we know as much as possible to make an informed decision about who we're going to vote for and why. So that leads on to one of the biggest debates in Scotland at the moment, and it has been for a number of years. It's Scottish independence. Now, depending on who you speak to, people might be for it, people might be against it. It's up to them to make up their own mind. But arguments for Scottish independence is that Scotland would be able to make its own decisions. They'd be able to spend the Scottish money as they wish on the things that they feel are most important to help Scotland. People are more likely to trust Scottish politicians because they're making decisions about Scotland. And it would also mean that Scotland could create its own policies and laws that could improve the lives of Scottish people. Arguments against it is the uncertainty, because we've not had independence for hundreds of years. Nobody knows what it could look like. Nobody's entirely sure of if it's going to be the best option or not. The oil money won't last forever. So the oil in the North Sea that is argued belongs to Scotland, and all the money from that won't last forever, so it won't be able to keep us going forever, so there is the risk of running out of money. We would lose part of our identity as the United Kingdom. A lot of Scottish people feel a real connection to the United Kingdom and in Great Britain and like that connectivity is there. And the last one is we are safer as part of the UK. We have a wee bit more power in terms of negotiation, way more power in terms of our army, and we have more kind of allies as part of the United Kingdom than as Scotland. So, what I would like you to do now is have a re-watch this video, take some notes if you can, and then we'll move on and look at answering the assessment.